Dasher, just give me that countryside.
Welcome everybody to Green Gardens with Oliver Greenthumb. Nice to have you all here. Join me each week through Lent as we visit every single garden in the Bible. We'll have a special guest from each garden that we visit too. You know, I love to garden. It reminds me of the thing that we were originally made to do, and that is to care for the land that God gave us and be part of His creation. To work the soil, to tend new plants, and to harvest fruits and vegetables. Now today, we are visiting the very first garden in the Bible, the Garden of Eden. And our first guest is an apple who has come all the way from Eden and the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present Mr. Crabapple. Welcome, Mr. Crabapple. How are you today?
How does it look like I am? I mean, I got a degree at Juilliard here, and I can't get any work. You'd think I'd at least be able to get like an underwear commercial or something.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, I'm just a little sour.
Well, why don't you tell us what it was like in the Garden of Eden?
Oh, the Garden of Eden was beautiful. I mean, it was this oasis in the middle of the desert. I mean, rivers and lakes and just all the water you could ever imagine. And the soil was so rich and nourishing, and it was just beautiful. And Adam and Eve took care of the garden. They did a wonderful job.
Well, how about animals?
Oh, animals, don't get me started with that. You get the squirrels with their little claws, and you get the woodpeckers that are pecking at your trunk. Oh, and those deer, I tell you, I've lost a lot of friends to those deer.
But that is kind of the cycle of life. The deer eat the apples, and they strew the seeds around, and from the seeds come all kinds of new apple trees.
Well, whatever. But, I mean, I guess overall we're pretty happy.
Well, what happened then?
Well, one day I saw Eve talking to the snake, and she started walking up to the tree, and I just knew there was going to be trouble.
Well, tell us, Krabby, what happened then?
Well, Eve reached up, and she grabbed my Uncle George, and...
Oh, that's all right, Krabby. She took a bite out of it, didn't she?
right in the apple.
I'm so sorry.
It doesn't end there. Then she gave my Uncle George over to Adam, and he took a bite out of her crisp, delicious flesh. It was horrible.
I think I know where this is going. You lost your garden, didn't you?
Yeah, and everything has changed since then. I mean, the weeds are growing up and they're starving all the flowers and everything, and the vines are growing on the trees, and just nothing can get to the sunlight or anything. And the worst thing of all, I've got worms. I think it's the end, man. I don't know.
I've got news for you, Krabby.
Well, what kind of news? I mean, what could be worse? Are you going to tell me that Pi Day's coming up? I mean, those animals...
No. That's not what I was going to tell you. Remember what the Bible says. Everything on earth has its own time and its own season. There is a time for birth and death, for planting and reaping. The weeds will die, and then there'll be new growth. New apples will grow. There'll be new life. Outside, under the frozen tundra, is new life, ready to spring up.
Well, what's going to become of me?
Well, you'll fall from the tree, and your seeds will be spread by the animals, and new trees will pop up with apples from your seeds.
You mean I'm going to be a dad? That's awesome. I mean, do you think they're going to look just like me?
Well, you know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Wait, I just got that. Yeah, that's good. Oh, man, that's funny. But I get what you mean. I mean, it's all part of the restoration of life.
That's right. That's right. It's God's way of restoring life and faith. This is really what the season of Lent is all about. God restoring all of us, transforming what is dead within us into new life. Well, that ends today's episode of Green Gardens. Thank you, Mr. Krabappel, for being with us today.
Thank you very much. And remember, kids, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Well, you know, that means that they have to eat an apple a day, right?
Animals.